Welcome, everyone, to the CSA Local 401 informational podcast for our members, not only local but statewide. The goal of this podcast is to give members information of a variety of topics, such as member engagement, political action, talking with executive cabinet members, local level cabinet members, even local members, because the most important thing in the union is you. Featuring on today's episode, we have the amazing political action coordinator, Matt D'Amico for Region 2. One of the best in the game, contract administration specialist, Jamel Harewood. And we might even have it popping from some special guests. So stay tuned. We're going to have us some fun. All right, we're here with the illustrious Matt and the great Jamel. And the first question of debate and topic for you, Matt, what is PAC, Political Action Committee?
The Political Action Committee, every region in CSEA has to have a functioning Political Action Committee, which is made up of members throughout the region. And you yourself are on our PAC committee, which we're very glad to have. And Jamel, who's now your LRS, was on the PAC committee for many years when he was at the Department of Tax and Finance. The PAC committee is very important. The PAC committee is really the backbone of the region because it is the policies and decisions that are made by our elected officials that directly affect our jobs. Now, the PAC committee is very important because we interview candidates for office. We interviewed members for a city council.
Right, a couple of districts, and it was real important. Like you said, we get to know what their policies are and what they stand for. Jamel, what do you think about that? From your time being on the PAC committee, what do you remember?
It was very eye-opening because you don't realize how much power you have by educating yourself on who the leaders are in your community, how they affect the policies that affect where you work, where you live. When I first got involved, to be honest, I didn't really know what I was getting into. And then seeing that I encouraged, other members from within the local and spread that knowledge to the members of the local.
That's great. I remember that. I remember the first time I got involved in it. We sat down with the current chair of the budget committee. And at this time, it was cuts and everything. Cuomo was on the warpath. And we sat down with him, and I told him, I said, listen, you want to cut those beds, be my guest. But just so you know, that patient's bed you might cut might be the same reason you get a phone call in the middle of the night that somebody you loved is in the hospital because got attacked by somebody who should have been in that bed that you just cut.
It's important for the membership to know they have a lot of power because of their union. We're a few blocks from Wall Street. They all have lobbyists, but a lot of our members don't realize they have lobbyists too. They lobby on all the bills that come in Albany. They advocate for legislation. We make endorsements, and those endorsements are really based on who we think will best represent our members. We never tell the members who to vote for. We tell the members who we feel will be best to vote for.
What do you think is the stigma behind members not wanting to get involved in PAC, voting, and political elections? What do you think about that?
I don't think members understand the impact that they have. The best thing to do is educate yourself about what's going on, right? Sometimes when people do get involved and the vote it doesn't turn out in their interest at the end, they lose faith and they're discouraged from participating in future elections.
I think it's really big to know that people just can't get discouraged. Just because it don't go your way means you just full stop.
I don't play around on this kind of stuff. I tell the members all the time, there is no excuse for a member of CSA not to vote because we get to elect our bosses. We've got to go out and vote because that is our power. CSA has tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of voters. That's where the power is, and that's why the people who are in power continue to try to make it harder for us to vote. And they love it when working people say, oh, who cares? My vote doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's what they want. They want people to stay home. They want people to be disengaged. They want people to be cynical.
How does political action tie into member engagement?
Yeah, political action is not just about making endorsements, right? It's also, once we make the endorsement, we've got to come out in support of that candidate or candidates. But it's going out, it's volunteering on a campaign if you can, even if it's just an hour or two. It is sending out postcards. We ask people to come out to rallies. We have a great website, cscany.org, and we have a political action tab. We have actions that people can take from the comfort of their own home. Now you can go on our website and we have what's called the Action Network. We have action links. All you have to do is put in your name and address, and we send the letter out for you. So there's lots of things that people can do, but really being in the streets is one of the most important things you can do.
Right. I'd like to piggyback on that a little bit because it could seem overwhelming sometimes to the member. It's as simple sometimes as just putting your name on a pre-drafted form and sending it to your local officials. You just go on, put your name. It tells you exactly who you're sending it to, based on your zip code and stuff like that. 2 minutes of your time, and just something like that small. If that's all you can do, you're still making an impact.
These pre-automated forms from the Action Network is great, but it's go based on your zip code. But to all our members out there, how many of y'all write zip codes with CSEA? You got to get that information out. That's why we pushing that whole member engagement, updated information, so we sending this stuff to the right people. We want you to get involved. It's excellent that you're getting involved. And that's the most important thing. I think you guys did an amazing job. The information you're giving our members is astounding, and I think it's going to open the doors for a lot of people. I thank you. The information you two have, we got to get it out there. I think anybody who watches is going to learn a lot. So from me to you guys, thank you again. Have a great one, everybody. First and foremost, we want to thank y'all for hanging out with us today. It was a great conversation with some great peoples. I want to give a big thank you to the entire team. The knowledge and information they was able to give today, you guys got to understand that it's some great stuff for you to look at and take with you. Most importantly, I want you guys to remember that you are the UN Union. The members of everything. It starts and ends with you guys. You got to get informed. You got to get educated. You got to get knowledgeable. And most importantly, ask questions. And moving forward, like, subscribe, share. You got some questions, comments, you got an idea for a show, drop it in there. We looking for everything. We're looking to be engaging. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great one.